2008 until June 2020, where she resigned from the board, but never from the organization.
True.
Continue to serve the organization, just not in the capacity of president.
And the president to me, you're my sister, whom I love dearly, and I thank God for you. And I just pray that you continue to just blossom and bloom.
Well, I have the honor of being Margaret Elaine Gray McTaggart's only daughter. She has 3 kids, and each of us has something special. Leighton was the oldest. I'm the only girl, and Richard is the baby. And I'm just so happy that Mommy got to be this wonderful ripe age of 80. You know, looking at her, I can only hope that God is good enough to me that I look as good as she does, which I probably won't, but that I look as good as she does when I turn 80 years old. Mommy, we love you so much. And we're
all I have is good memories. The memory that comes to mind today is how we've stood in Grand Central Station and spoke for an hour sometimes after work. Many trains going by, just chewing the fat. You know, we have a great relationship. I wish everybody had that type of relationship with their parents, and it's just so wonderful to see that. Here we are, 80. That we've seen her reach 80. She's been able to see me grow up, find the love of a woman and my great family, and I just want to wish her all the best. Thank her for all the confidences, all the times that I've come to her for advice and everything that she's done so right by me, and never judgmental, always tells me the truth. So, you know, that's the best love any parent can do. So I just want to wish her all the best, and may God bless her and many more years, as many as can be.
My children are
that
living to be
she's
100.
with
Oh
us.
gosh.
May God continue to bless her and all of you guys, really.
My granddaughter. Thank you.
Thank you, Richard.
Thank you. Kelly. Hello, Kelly and Jennifer. Hi, Kelly and Jennifer.
Jennifer, say something quickly.
I just want to say that Margaret is the best mother-in-law you could ever have, and I love you.
Thank you, and I love you too. Thank you.
Go ahead, Kelly.
Thank you.
Hello. I just wanted to say that I'm very blessed to have the grandmother that I have. Grandmother has allowed me to grow in a way that I think a lot of people don't get. Etiquette, the way that I speak, a lot of that comes from her. There's a sense of gravity that I have, and I get a lot of that from my grandmother and from the family in general. We've always been a family that is interested in discourse and talking to each other and being very open, and that is something that I've always respected and admired and tried to bring with me throughout my life. So I'm happy to be able to celebrate her 80th birthday. Obviously, we'd be happier if we were all together and there was a party and all those other things were going on, but it is. I'm glad that you're here with us, and I hope that there are many more years, and that we'll have another chance to really celebrate you with the huge party that I know that you would love, because everyone knows that grandmother loves to entertain. So yes, I wanted to say another happy birthday.
Thank you,
I love
sweetheart.
you, and I'm very thankful.
Thank you.
To my loving grandmother, Margaret Elaine Gray McTaggart, a wonderful woman who has been nothing but spoiling to me in all my 38 years, who has loved me as well as her firstborn, if not more so, because my grandmother always told me that there's something about grandchildren that makes you love them even more than your own children. But I will say, grandmother, you do not look a day over 60.
Oh, you're so sweet.
It's like the finest Jamaican wine the world has ever created.
Thank you, darling. Thank you.
And based on that, I'm pretty sure there's probably going to be at least 20 more birthdays with your wonderful self.
God, I hope not.
And hopefully next time we'll all be together to celebrate properly.
Amen.
Great.
Thank you, Keith. Thank you, Keith. Love you.
I love you very much, and I hope you have as wonderful as a day that you can, and many more birthdays. because
Thank you,
deserve it.
sweetheart. Thank you.
Great.
Thank
I love
you.
you, Richard.
Hi, Richard.
Well, I guess I just wanted to say that you've always been very supportive to me over the years, over a lot of things, both publicly and privately. And I hope that we'll be able to celebrate more birthdays, like Keith said. Hopefully there'll be 20 more.
And I'll never forget that.
It was my pleasure.
Always been a class act.
Just want to wish you a happy birthday, and I'm so happy that I could be here
Thank
to
you.
enjoy this with you. We went back a long time,
Yes,
many
we
years.
did.
From Camperdown, we were like, what, 12?
On the family chat line, but in person, and the grace that you entered a room with gave me hope that we still have queens walking here on earth among
She is so grateful. From the very first time we met, and I'm still going to call her Lady Margaret, I was so fascinated by her beauty, her charm, and her elegance. So, Lady Margaret, Lady Porter, and Lady Bruno and myself, we want to tell you happy birthday. We thank you for the impact you are making in the ministry of BPI. And we want you to know that we love you, we appreciate you, and I pray that God will continue to bless you and that you will continue to be an influencer wherever you go. We love you. God bless you. Happy birthday.
My experience is supposed to be one of the best days in our lives, because those that you don't even know come to wish you a happy birthday.
Happy birthday. I am so thankful for you. I think I can echo a lot what some of my cousins have said tonight. You have definitely been a voice of reason for me. You have helped me through many difficult times, and especially with raising my kids. I remember being a first-time mom and with Josiah and the ups and downs that I've had with him. And I know it, but you've always been there through that process, and you've always taught me to be calm with him, to be patient with him, to love on him, and to just, and believe when he says certain things. And I thank you for that. I thank you for helping me to be a better mother, to be more understanding and more loving. And because spanking doesn't solve everything. So I thank you so much for teaching me another way to love.
That you are amazing, and we hope you have a great birthday, and we are looking forward to we can finally see you again in person.
Love you too.
Love you. Good.
We love you.
Love you.
and get to be a part of this experience. I certainly went back to you when I first met you and you came around at Van Christian Community Church of God, and I saw this lady. I'm like, wow, what elegant. And I could never get there, but I thank God that I had this opportunity to have met you. You're truly a wonderful woman of God, and you're a graceful woman, And I thank God that I can celebrate with you for 8 years.
Across and I saw this lady, so poised, full of class. And I'm like, I'm not one to introduce myself to people. But I said to myself, man, when church is over, I have to go over and say hi to this lady. But you looked over in the moment and you smiled at me. And I was like, okay, so I'm in. So then, talk about Margaret. I'll have to sing her a couple lines. Go ahead. And my line says, Queen Majesty, oh, I'd like to say to you, there's so much I'd like to say. That's from the Techniques, okay? That's my song. Go ahead. And I hope Twitter saying find that song eventually. Okay. I just want to talk about, I would say, my new friend, Margaret. Margaret. And there's also another song, Margaret. Oh, I like to speak to you. You know that I've been sipping on my wine, right? Why we think she's royal. So I chose that song. I'm gonna ask Mr. DJ to play She's Royal. Okay?
The way that you so graciously made the decision to step down from the board again is just a testament of your poise and your grace and knowing when's the right time to bow out and so.
Thank you. Thank all of you so much. I promised that I wouldn't cry, and I've tried my best not to. This has been a great surprise. In fact, I am absolutely overwhelmed. Thank you all very much. Serving Madge Lewis Scholarship Foundation has been one of the greatest joys of my life. I feel that I have contributed to something that was meaningful, that did great things, and will go on to do greater things. Madge Lewis came into my life when I was about 5 years old. She and my brother were dating. Madge Lewis was one of these women who loved children. So, of course, when you meet an adult who likes children, who shows that she likes children, you are instantly drawn to her when you're a child. And through the years, that has been very important to me. Madge Lewis was the first person that ever took me to rural Jamaica. I went to Manchester. Of course, nobody explained to me that they didn't have electricity. Nobody explained to me that the water came out of a tank. But that was all a great adventure. I loved it. I loved meeting her family. I remember somebody giving me some peas gungo, dry gungo, and I planted it because I was astonished that, not only am I going to get gungo, I'm going to get lots of gungo from the ones that I had. I loved her until the day she died. She and my brother have been together, were together for a long, long time. I remember their 60th wedding anniversary. She was special to me. Madge Lewis was the first woman I ever met who really talked about Christianity in the way she did. We went to church, but outside of church, we didn't sit down and talk about Christianity at that time because my parents had not yet then been born again. You must remember, this is I was 5 and 6 years old. Then Madge Lewis also had this idea about how children should be. People talk to me about that I sit up straight. Madge Lewis said that to me when I was a very young person. She said, your back should not touch the chair. And I've always remembered that. She said, you should chew your food 32 times. Well, that I have failed. But good manners for her were important. Learning the Bible verses were important to her. And she thought memorizing things were important. So I knew all the train stops from Kingston to Montego Bay by heart. It's those little things about her. And she was the one who solved my hair problem because I was a skinny little thing with a tremendous amount of hair that each time they said it was hair washing day, I'd start crying before they touched me. So it was a privilege for me to have served for 10 years. I am pleased with what we have done, with the scholarships that we have offered, to the volunteerism that we have been involved in, and to the people, I'm proud of the people on the board for their hard work. In terms of my 80 years, I am still astonished that I am there. I don't feel 80, but my ability to do certain things have reminded me that I am. I love my family dearly. I thank all of you for what you have done today. This is amazing. And Zoom, I will never disrespect Zoom again. I always thought that's such a stupid name for whatever it does. I don't know how to do it, but here I am. And because of that, because of electronics, because of this amazing thing, for someone who was born when there were no electric typewriters, for someone who came into this world when on the street where my grandfather's house was, they still had the man going out at night to light the gas lights that lit the streets. So for me, I have come a long, somebody said in a song, I've come a long way, baby. Well, I have come a long way in terms of electronics and all the amazing things that have happened. I have come a long way to see nieces, grandnieces, great-grandnieces and nephews. I have come a long way to see my brother reach 95 years old. I have enjoyed every moment of it. And I thank God for the people, the love that He's brought into my life. I thank God for the amazing friendships I've had. Joyce Campbell, Alvarine Dorr. We were in high school together. Daisy Graham, we were in elementary school together. I was ahead of her because I'm older, but I knew her from then. And my sisters who called from Canada, thank you so much. It has been a joy. I really appreciate the gesture and the time involved that it has taken to plan this. For my children and my grandchildren, you know how much I love you, how much I'm proud of you. I am proud of my nieces and nephews for their achievements, for the things that they have done, the way they stand up fearlessly and speak, the exams and the degrees that they have passed. I am really, really very proud to have lived long enough to see all these things. I am happy for my church and for the people at church who have wished me well. I thank you all. I am sorry Jeanette did not get the opportunity to join, and that her and Karen, because whatever thing was not working. But Jeanette and I met when we were working in the same place when I was in my 20s, and we have been friends ever since. I have been fortunate and blessed beyond measure to have had the number of really good friends that I have had. Friends who are close as sisters. My children's friends have become friends of mine. James Kelly, my grandson's Keith's mother. I've known her since she was 17. My daughter-in-law, who I love very dearly, is special to me. All of you, my brother's children, I won't try to call of your names but at this time because you're so many, it's children and grandchildren, but you know I love all of you. Thank you very much for what you have said today, for your involvement in this celebration, in this celebration of my life, in the celebration of the work I've done for MLSF and my involvement in it. I have retired because I think that there's a time when you should be in and the time comes when you should go out. And I think that my time has come. It will give the young people the opportunity to do all the marvelous things that they will continue to do. But know one thing, should you ever believe that I would just forget about MLSF, I won't. I will fundraise whatever I can do that I'm called upon to do, I'll be happy to do it. but I will never be in the wing trying to tell you how to do things. I realize that when one lets go of the reins, one should then let go of it entirely. And so, goodbye for all members of the board, as board members, but you will always be special to me as family members and friends. For my church people, I will see you when we have conquered Corona. So all the best to everyone. Thank you.
Evening, all the presenters, all the songs, the musicians, everyone, God, that has participated this evening. I thank you now, Father, that you will continue to bless. I pray you continue to keep. I thank you for Daddy, oh God, for 95 years. And I know, God, that this legacy, I pray that, God, that you will keep them and, Lord, that they can be centurions, Almighty God,